Hello, people of the internet, and welcome back to a now 1 o'clock in the morning episode of
Huzzah!
Phoenix, right?
Alright.
Evidence that the outgoing tracks were not covered by snow, and I'm guessing it's the weather data.
You saved, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Witness, please tell us again what time it was when you witnessed the crime.
Oh, like I said, it was around 11.
Of course. Which means... This means that the weapon was thrown away after that time, correct? On that note, please take a look at this data. It is the weather report for Eagle Mountain on the night of the murder.
The weather report?
Snow started to fall at 7 p.m., but it stopped at around 10:50 or so. Therefore, when the sister witnessed the crime at 11 p.m., the snow had already stopped falling.
This is exactly what I was saying. They would have used the snowmobile earlier.
Yeah, this is exactly what...
Yeah, we were just too far ahead.
We literally just said this.
We're too smart.
It's not that we were too smart, it's just the game had a weird point of, like,
having to
the specific dialogue piece. It's like, well...
Yeah.
Because it's relying so heavily on the sets of tracks. And it's like, yes, we understand it's about the snowmobile, but why that line of dialogue? Shouldn't it have been the one after mentioning...
Or even... Yeah.
That she, could have used the snowmobile to dispose of the murder weapon.
Or,
it's like, but there's no tracks proving that.
Yeah, exactly. Or like I saw the tracks. Like, okay, yes, but what about the other?
What about the other tracks? Yeah. Something.
Jeez.
It is impossible for any tracks made after that time to have been covered up. Ah!
Order. Oh, I'm sorry. It's like 1 o'clock in the morning. Judge, it's only like...
It's like 3 in the afternoon.
What? Oh, sorry. I'm talking about a different timeline.
Okay.
Very well then. Looks like Miss Von Karmar's claim has been snowed in. Whoa.
It's too soon to be closing this trial due to snow. Miles Edgeworth, how pathetic of you to rely on the weather, of all things. Answer me this, then. When is a weather report ever correct?
No, you've got it all wrong. This isn't a forecast, this is actual data.
Forecast, data, all weather reports have some inaccuracies. It may have still been snowing in the vicinity well past 11 p.m.
It's true. We cannot be totally sure, eh?
What? How did she pull that off?
Yeah, seriously, you gotta...
Really? The actual, data of that night says that this is what happened.
Oh, but data's unreliable. Okay, well, that means all evidence is unreliable.
All data, therefore all evidence is unreliable, therefore we shouldn't have any courts, therefore, fucking, why are we even here?
Right, exactly.
Like, if you're gonna make that argument, then... any of your baseless theories that I've clearly disproven are completely inaccurate. Like, you don't even have anything to support it, you're just talking shit out of your ass.
Right.
At least I am using actual real pieces of evidence we have collected from the case to show that, hey, you're spitting bullshit. Shut the fuck up.
Right. Jeez. It had stopped snowing at Azakura Temple when the murder took place. You need to provide conclusive evidence of this.
I've come this far. There's no turning back now. Very well. I, too, cannot allow any doubt to remain concerning this testimony. You can't back down, can you? Such a perfectionist, Miles Edgeworth.
Very well then, Mr. Edgeworth. Where was your evidence that it had already stopped snowing when the victim was killed? I don't know, maybe the crime photo, right? Because,
there's no...
there's
snow on her body. Ultimately, it all comes down to one point. That being, whether or not it was snowing in that courtyard when the victim was stabbed. That's right, but proving that is incredibly easy. If we want to know whether it was snowing or not, this photo will tell us everything. Of course, I am referring to the photo of the crime scene. As you can see, everything is covered with snow, with just one exception. And that is... the victim herself, Miss Elise Donham. Why is there no snow on top of her? The answer is simple. And it stopped snowing when she was killed. That's why. In other words, if the killer really did go to Eagle River to dispose of the murder weapon, then in this photograph, there should be 2 sets of tracks.
Order. Just what do you... Oh.
Just what are you suggesting, Miles Edgeworth? To be honest, I am not entirely sure myself. But this is simply what all of the facts point to. That night, someone used a snowmobile to leave Hazakura Temple.
See? Look, it's the X.
Yeah, okay.
I know it's not really relevant right now, but I'm willing to bet that that's going to come up later.
Possibly. Well, I mean, the bridge is also...
gone.
Yeah,
so... Still, I don't know, that's like one of the support beams. I don't know, it might be relevant.
It might be, we'll see. From the tracks left, it could be understood that they were heading for Dusky Bridge. At that time, it was still snowing. Of course it was, because those tracks were erased by the snow. Then, when this person returned to Hazakura Temple, the snow had stopped. Thus, the return tracks were made.
Can I say something? This all seems a bit fishy to me.
What does, sister?
There is only one key for the snowmobile.
Furthermore, on the night in question, we know that the defendant had it. The key was found in her room after the murder.
Which can only mean that night, Iris used the snowmobile to go to the inner temple.
But Iris said that she never went there. I should probably press on this point some more when I get the chance.
The snowmobile can't cross the suspension bridge, so she must have left it on the Hazakura side of the bridge and crossed on foot. That sounds right. But what's odd is, when I left Iris and returned to Hazakura Temple, I didn't see anything near Dusky Bridge.
You must have just failed to see it, sister.
Maybe, but when I made it back to Hazakura Temple, it was there,
Yeah,
by the
that's
main
the
gate.
entrance we
The snowmobile, I mean.
walked in on.
Yeah. I know what I saw. It was covered in snow, too.
But that isn't possible.
Order in the court. Oh man, I always wanted to say that. But what does it all mean?
So then what was the snowmobile used for? It wasn't taken by the defendant when she went to the inner temple. If it had been, then the witness couldn't possibly have seen it by the gate. Furthermore, it wasn't used by the killer to dispose of the murder weapon. If that was the case, there should be 2 sets of tracks in this photo. All we know is this. After it stopped snowing, someone used the snowmobile to return to Hazakura Temple. I never thought a simple snowmobile could cause so much trouble.
I think we've all learned all we can from this witness. Yes, I have nothing more to add. I've told you everything that I know. But then, that still leaves us with the same problem. If only there was someone, a witness who could testify to having seen the snowmobile.
A witness, huh?
Was there no one out, walking perhaps, near Dusky Bridge on that night? I don't think that's likely. It was cold enough to freeze your ears off. Only an idiot would go out wandering around in that. Unless they had something really important to do. That's a shame.
Hold on. Something is coming to me. An idiot may well have gone wandering out on that subarctic night. Your Honor, actually, there just might be one individual who may be of help to us.
Really?
You know of someone who might have seen the snowmobile on the night of the murder? I don't know for sure if he saw it or not, but there are 2 things about him that do come to mind.
Which are?
First, that he saw something incredible on the night of the murder. And the second being?
That he's an idiot.
This individual that I'm thinking of went wandering outside on that cold night. In other words, he is our kind of idiot.
Yep.
I knew something smelled.
And it's always the butts.
Mr. Edgeworth, who is this idiot you're talking about?
Right. This guy must be the prodigal of Jean-Luc de Laduc's Guide, the obnoxious French painting. Listen, man, I'm high as shit. I can't do this right now.
He's actually like reading from a script.
Yeah.
This is Larry Butts, a disciple of the victim, at least Donut.
Her student? Interesting. And why was he wandering around a boot outside on the night of the murder?
That's... I could tell them all about his designs for Iris, but it may cost us his credibility as a witness, before I even call him. He is, after all, an artist. He was perhaps searching for something in the snowy scenery that could move him. Although I cannot guarantee that this is the reason. And so, this unfortunate, unreliable-looking man, what exactly was it that he saw? I intend to extract that from him, right here in this courtroom.
Summon this youth as a witness immediately.
I have no choice, do I? I believe he is in the gallery for this trial. It will not take long to summon him.
Very well.
Larry, you may have escaped me yesterday, but today I'm going to get everything out of you.
The court will now adjourn for a 20-minute break. Miss Von Karma, please see to preparing the next witness.
Understood, Your Honor.
Good. Well then, court is now in recess. Oh man, you remember when recess, as a kid, like running around like the playground and just having fun? Like, that shit was the best, man.
How accurate from someone who's incredibly high.
Yeah.
Excuse me, Mr. Edgeworth? I'm not really sure what to say.
Iris, we only have 20 minutes. There are two things which I need to ask you before we reconvene.
Alright, I'll help you in any way I can.
First, about that night, you really didn't go to the inner temple, correct? The last witness claims to have met and talked with you in the training hall. Either you or Sister Bikini is lying.
Mr. Edgeworth, it is just as I said yesterday. Until the incident occurred, I was in my own room in Hazakura Temple.
Very well. The second thing, then. That night, the temple snowmobile was used in between the time Sister Bikini returned to the main hall and when she bore witness to the murder, sometime between 10:30 and 11 p.m. that night. Were you the one who used the snowmobile?
There's only one key for the snowmobile. The only person who could have used it was me.
So it was you.
But
That was bad.
But why? What made you go out to Dusky Bridge?
I'm sorry, Mr. Edgeworth.
Really? Really? Really?
Wow.
Really? That's a lot of fucking sidewalks.
Psycholocks, as Edgeworth calls them.
Right.
Iris,
I can't tell you about that yet.
yet.
Not until her safety is confirmed.
Her?
The safety of the Acolyte.
The Acolyte, huh? She must be talking about Maya.
Is she being like blackmailed or something?
Maya?
No, Iris.
I...
Like, maybe there's someone else over on the inner temple side who's like holding Maya hostage. Again. Because Maya was held hostage once before.
Well, yeah, I know. I remember that.
Yeah.
We played as her very, very briefly.
Right, yeah.
Wait, but Phoenix came there with Maya. Like,
Yeah.
Who else would have possibly shown up to take her hostage? Like,
I don't
the
know.
real killer?
I
Whoever
mean,
that may be?
Maybe? I don't know. This is not adding up at all.
There's something we're missing here.
Yeah, there really is.
And I don't know if it's that Iris necessarily has that particular information, but
Yeah.
I don't think the murder has anything to do with Maya.
Okay.
Like, at all. I think that Maya is completely irrelevant to this case. Other than the fact that she's there and she's stuck at the inner temple.
Yeah. I mean, part of me wants to
What
believe...
about Pearl?
Yeah, I know, we haven't seen Pearl yet. Okay, so...
She's still missing.
Yeah.
And also, if she was channeling somebody, theoretically, she may have actually been able to, like...
Yeah, so, like that one case where Maya thought she channeled someone and killed someone, it could actually be the case for Pearl. Pearl might have, for some reason, channeled someone, and that person Pearl channeled is the killer, possibly?
Possibly, but that's a stretch.
Yeah.
Also, who could she have possibly have channeled that wanted to kill Elise?
I don't know.
Who seemed like a very kind, woman.
Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot we still don't know.
I swear to God, if absolutely anything happened to Pearl whatsoever,
I know.
I am burning down this entire thing.
I agree. Oh my goodness.
Anyway. Iris, look me in the eye and tell me the truth. Did you kill Elise Dolan?
No matter who or what may come, I could never take a life.
As I thought, no psycholocks.
What if this is Dahlia? Then that would have been a lie, because she has taken lives in the past.
Yeah, on multiple accounts.
Yeah.
Including that one police officer guy. I guess he was named Diego Armando?
Okay, so we looked it up between episodes because Ethan Gonzalez said something interesting.
About how
Okay, so I said that
during a Maggie Bird's first case or trial.
No, not her first case.
Yeah, because it was her, right?
You're mixing up the cases. Yes, Maggie Bird was dating a police officer, but that has nothing to do with the anything to do with Dahlia. That has nothing to do with Dahlia.
Okay. Wrong victim?
Wrong victim.
Okay.
But, so, we know that she killed her sister. We know that she killed Terry, technically, if you want to... He killed himself, but, I mean... Yeah. We know that she killed Doug Swallow, and we know that she killed... I thought was a cop, because I remember during the case, they said that she was in questioning, and someone got poisoned. And I thought it was a cop, but, Ethan Gonzalez pointed out that because he was like, oh no, she only killed 3 because the cop was her sister, and right. I was like, well, there was another person though, and he was like, yes, you have a good memory, but that wasn't a cop. I'm like, that wasn't a cop, okay. So I looked back into it,
and it turns out he is technically correct.
Yeah,
somebody else was poisoned. The defense lawyer, Diego Armando.
Yeah, from the past. So does that mean he's dead? But if he's dead, then who's Godot?
Exactly, because they look literally exactly the same. I'm sorry, like, unless he has a pure, like, a blind identical twin,
or maybe
there's
like
no way that these are 2 different people.
Maybe Godot is like his dad or something because he's older, got the gray hair.
No, because he would have at least somewhat varied looks between the dad and Godot. Like, there will be some discrepancy there to show that they're different people.
Yeah.
But the exact same mannerisms, the exact same little, like, cute nicknames and everything, the exact same personality,
yeah.
The same clothing style, and, like,
same facial hair,
same facial hair,
same hairstyle. Yeah.
The only difference is that his hair is now gray and he's got the mask, which...
So he got...
What if he was Diego Armando? He got poisoned, but he survived.
And it, like... But what does that mean? How does that lead into this case?
It may not necessarily hold any relevance to this case here.
But this is the last case. It's got to tie up all the loose ends, doesn't it?
I guess, but it just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't Ethan Gonzalez himself that actually also pointed out that
Diego Armando, Godot, yeah. So we know, right? We know that Diego Armando is Godot, right?
Right.
But we also know that he got poisoned.
So, hear me out. What if it is that the poison... What if it blinded him and maybe even fucked with his memory? Yes, he survived, but at what cost, you know?
Yeah. And doesn't... I still think it's kind of bullshit, but the game...
Alternatively, maybe he did just become blind, but maybe he felt that because he was wronged for being a defense attorney, maybe that's why he, changed sides, essentially, and became a prosecutor instead.
I mean, maybe. I don't know. That seems kind
of... A little odd, but I mean... Yeah.
But the game has pointed out to us, like, Like, because we kind of thought it was bullshit. That, oh yeah, he's just like doing, friendly jabs, but the game seems to be pretty insistent on, oh yeah, Godot hates Phoenix. And I was like, really? I mean, if you say so. But if that is the case, then why?
Well, there was the case with Mia, and where she first met Phoenix, right? In her first trial?
Yes.
No, her second trial.
Well, yes, her second trial. But Godot wasn't even in that. Or Diego.
Right, because it was Grossberg that was helping us along, right?
Yeah.
Even so...
And at that point, he would have been poisoned, because we brought that up in that case. Was he, like, in the hospital or something? Or...
Possibly? Because he used to work for Grossberg Law Offices.
Yeah.
That's why he was, there. So... Maybe.
How does this all connect, though? What does this have to do with this case? What does it have to do with Dahlia? What does it have to do with Godot? What does it have to do with fucking Mia?
What if this actually is a completely separate person, that this is not Dahlia? What if?
That's possible. It's possible. And I don't know if I said it on camera, but there's also a sort of theory I had that maybe this is Dahlia, but she lost her memory of being bad.
Where would she have lost her memory?
I don't know.
Years since she was prosecuted and sent to jail.
I don't know. But because she did mention that she quote unquote sinned in the past, right? Which led us to believe, oh yeah, so she's admitting that she's Dahlia basically to the audience.
Right, but it's vague enough. It doesn't necessarily mean that,
Yeah. But this all has to connect somehow, right? Remember the opening for this case where it had like all the images flashing past the Sushicito,
Yeah.
Like, that makes it feel like this is all coming together into something, but what? We haven't gotten to that point yet, I guess.
Well, here's the other question. You, a few episodes back, were mentioning the idea, like a plausible theory that at least Dunham...
I didn't say that on camera, actually.
Oh.
I said it in the car when we were driving. But
I want to bring it up now, because you had a working theory...
I had a working theory that
at least Dunham is actually Misty.
And I have no basis for this at all. This is all just speculation, but... I mean, we have a fucking poster of Misty Faye in our evidence. Why would we have that? It's probably going to come up at some point, right? And we're in a temple, like where Mia, it's a training temple. It's connected to the Faye family.
Well, yeah, because this is where they harness their power for the Korean Chenro technique.
And in fact, Bikini is like from a branch family.
Mm-hmm.
So,
she's from the same branch family as Pearl?
No. I think they would have said that if that were the case.
I did.
It's probably a different branch family. But still, like, there's just too many coincidences, Like, technically none of those coincidences really connect at least at all. But, like, she's around the same age, and we know that since Laurice Dunham is actually Larry Butts, Dunham could be a fake name, So...
So, what it sounds like all of this is sort of seeming to culminate in is the idea that Larry's the killer, Misty is the victim, unfortunately for Maya and Mia. Somehow, Pearl might actually be tied to this case, given that she's still missing.
But, yeah...
Bikini, as semi-unreliable as her testimony is, saw definitely something.
Question.
Dahlia and or Iris may not be the same person, and if that's the case, what is...
the connection there?
The connection. Are they cousins? Sisters?
And also,
who knows?
so we were bringing up the question, right? Like, who would want to kill Elise Dunham? She seems so nice. But if my theory is correct, and this is a huge if, but let's say for the sake of argument, what if the theory is correct?
That she's Misty?
Yeah.
Sure.
Would someone have a motive to kill Misty? I mean, she kind of left the family, right? Like, she kind of ditched everyone, so...
Yeah, but who would want to kill her because she ditched the family, because she was shamed over the fucking... the bullshit that they presented, and they screwed her over, and she was like, well, I'm sorry, I don't feel like I'm good enough to be the head of the family anymore, I'm going to go away for a while. And
I mean, I would think maybe Morgan would have motive since she already tried to kill to get Pearl to turn into like the
different motive. She didn't care necessarily about Misty, who has been missing for X amount of years. She wanted Maya out of the way, so this way Pearl would become the new head.
That is true.
And they would stop being a branch family.
But if Misty did come back before the time expired, that would also kind of throw a wrench in the plan, right?
Granted, but Morgan's in jail. Remember?
She is in jail. Yeah.
Like that's yeah.
Yeah.
So, does Dahlia have any connection to Misty?
Not that I know of. Like that.
Then that disproves Dahlia and or Iris or whatever the case may be.
Yeah, all these things seem completely disconnected. It's like we're working 5 cases at once. I mean, not in the game.
Here's my
yet,
question:
but
what happened to Godot for this particular case? Because
they couldn't get a hold of him. Yeah, that's all they said.
I hope he's okay.
Do you really? Is it that he's like not okay, or is it that he's just like, oh, Phoenix isn't gonna be defending? Then I don't care.
Maybe I don't know. I hope that's it. All it is. I hope that Godot also is okay.
Yeah.
So, well, clearly we got to talk to Larry because this is going to be what blows up in this case one way or another.
I mean, yeah.
And possibly even Phoenix to see him as a witness rather than a.
Can you imagine?
Defendant.
That would be great. Seeing like Phoenix on the witness stand and then Miles is.
And Francesca is also the prosecutor.
Yeah. Just all 3 of them are just like. Sorry, I know I'm not like finishing my sentences, but I'm just like it's
a neat idea.
Yes.
All right. Well, back to the actual game. As I thought, no psycho locks.
Yeah.
Very well. It is my job to get to the truth. You'll discover this for yourself soon enough. I was like 11:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
Never mind. It's not even like whatever.
Court will now reconvene. Miss Von Karma, where's the witness?
During the break, a man was detained for suspicious behavior in the gallery. Suspicious behavior? He was sketching something very intensely.
Dare I ask what the witness was sketching when he was detained? Was it a penis? Was it a vagina?
Was it titties?
It could have been boobs, you never know.
He drew a terrifying woman, armed with a demonic face and a vicious whip.
Oh, well, that makes sense. I can only presume that his intention was to capture. Oh!
Anyway, it's time to drag this pathetic excuse for an artist before the court. Laurie Donham, I hope you're ready. Get in here.
Are you using his fake name? I mean, okay.
It would seem that Whip is going to see plenty more use today.
Ouch!
Your sketch is in contempt of this court.
Hey! I was just artistically.
You tried to run away from the bailiff who was trying to hand you your subpoena, correct?
Look, I'm nothing but a fledgling artist training out in the mountains. I'm only down there here in the city because I ran out of green paint. Well, to use the technical term for the color, meridian.
Larry, this isn't an art store, now is it?
I know. I graduated junior high, okay? Look, art is all about working in the fields, isn't it?
Working in the fields?
I presume he wanted to say fieldwork, I hope.
That's it. Thanks, buddy.
It's kind of sad that I was able to understand his mangled train wreck of a sentence.
I just happened to stop in here and found a wonderful new model. So see, I got nothing to do with this trial. At all. I expect all your faces to be red when you realize this big mistake. Bright red!
Larry, the fact that you're denying it so heavily just makes me more suspicious of you. I really don't actually want you to be the killer, but you're not looking good right now.
Yeah, you seriously are not. Like the weird blackmail letter that you sent to Iris. The fact that you're even here under a fake name.
The fact that you were at the bridge where the murder weapon could have been disposed of.
The fact that you had that whole shack down there at the bottom of the ravine. That
you have close ties with the victim.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, where's Pearl, Larry?
Yeah, where's Pearl, you fucker? I mean, technically, we don't know if he actually did anything yet, so we could be
Right, also...
yeah.
Or, to use a technical term, Crimson Lake. Ow! 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 Oh!
Stop your pathetic babbling and testify like a man.
Refrain from whipping me, Miss Van Karma. Cross whipping is bad as as bad as cross checking. Witness, that was all your fault. Testify now.
This is all too much for me.
Can I get another check your code?
Sure. Also, Larry fucking deserved that. Can I just say?
Yeah.
Well, actually, wait. Can I pause here? No, I can't.
I guess we'll just hear his testimony in the next episode.
Well. Yeah, right.
You can just hit the button and then, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
See you guys next time.
bye.